And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Minnesota Vikings. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Stop your body. Mike 5.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Casey Hayward makes the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check three.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Mike 5-9, Mike 5-9.
Hurry!
59, Mike, check.
Mayfield looks to throw. He finds Beckham, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 34-yard line.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 29, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Check it out, Reed. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Point it right.
Right there, 54.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
After the made field goal, Seibert back out there to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
It's our time. It's our time.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing here, Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Christian Kirksey came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Trubisky will throw. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Protein spill.
Come on, QB, come on. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
Crunch time, defense.
And Mayfield just getting the play off. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. Back deep is Tavon Austin. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
At the 40-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Trubisky, complete. Smith has it.
Five. Check Mike 33. Come on. You better bring it.
Mike, check 33. 33.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Mack Wilson.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
On 1st down, it's McKenzie. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 23 yards, the final tally. A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Mayfield on play action. Toward the pylon, caught. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he takes this one in for a Browns score. It's the fullback. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, look at the juke. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
General West.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
That's a gain of 5.
2 jet bombers. 2 jet bombers. Red, lucky.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Mack Wilson able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
King.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. They go play action. Mayfield. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And he's able to find Diggs. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
35-yard line.
Right 80. I got him. Trips.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Here's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Austin. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. On second and 11 now. Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. they keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
180! Check, check. Alert, alert! Alert, alert! Hey, alert, alert! Alert, alert! 61, matchbox light.
Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
King!
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Regular. Pistol.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Hey, let's get in them holes. Hurry!
Now Mayfield. Being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
18. Hey, orbit. Greystone, Travis.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Greedy Williams picks it off.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Let's go.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Set. 180.
59. Mike to 59.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight-line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field. Not a recipe for success. That time a loss.
Set. 20.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Hurry.
Double up. Double up.
Hey, alert 33.
On second and 11 now. Mayfield. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. 22 yards there, a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Mayfield now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
At their own 9-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And now off to the races down the right side. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A big play there out of Cook. 81 yards.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to first and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
You got nothing today.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tavon Austin. His 4th touchdown on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And he puts it through there within 3. It's 13-10. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns' drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They run it again with Chubb, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Well, he had 2 sacks earlier. Now he has 4 total tackles for a loss after that play.
Well, they obviously have to do a better job trying to block him. But short of that, you know what the quarterback has to do? Make sure he doesn't hand it to him when he's back there thinking he's one of his own guys. His quickness, his suddenness, his speed getting into the offense's backfield has been something else in this game.
Alert, alert! Regular. Hurry! Hey, Delta!
On third down, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
Alert! Go!
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check 22.
They'll run on first down. Cook. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
It's our time, guys. It's our time.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Motion. 51.
From the 22, Trubisky. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now a give, right side. It's Austin. He's got the first down inside the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot. to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. They'll run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run with Austin. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tavon Austin with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point try by Bailey. And that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
180!
Down to lose one.
Mayfield to throw it. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
King!
36.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. It's caught. Beckham. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And now a carry here for their fullback. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And that's a nice gain by him on 1st down, picking up some key yardage.
Brings up 2nd and 1. At the 46-yard line.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Brandon, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball? And in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
They'll try the left side. McKenzie. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9. Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a fourth pick. And it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
First down, Cleveland.
Mayfield now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's first and 10. They'll try the left side. McKenzie, he'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Danny Trevathan on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7 at the 9-yard line.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Hey, Haywood!
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Trubisky to throw. It's complete to Diggs. 12 yards. There and a first down.
A gain of 12 yards.
Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Mike 51, Mike 51. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Out of the backfield, it's Austin. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
It's now 3rd and 15.
Back-to-back running plays, putting them in negative territory. What can they do coming up on 3rd and 15? Here's Trubisky. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Hurry!
Mike 51, bring it, bring it.
Hey! High 7!
Following the interception, Mayfield. That's taken in by Callaway. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Sit down! 180!
51. Here we go.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in